Alright, welcome back. Well, I thought what I would do is give you a quick update on my Hustler mower, which a lot of people are not really all that interested in these kinds of things, but you know, from the state that I got it in to what it's going to be, hopefully when I get it done, hopefully it's going to be a pretty good little investment and a pretty nice little machine. So let me show you what I've got going on. Alternator online, pretty cheap, it's like 65 bucks. And I also found that a similar wiring connector like this, I thought maybe I had it, but I may have tossed it away. Let me look. This machine's been sitting outside for a year, and I've been kind of tinkering with it. Well, I don't see the connector, but anyway, this connector, I replaced it since, but it was actually folded back over here and just kind of sitting out of the way, and I never did understand why or where it went until I found a picture of the alternator and realized that that connector actually plugged into here. And then I've got the power down in here. This is the 12 volts that go directly to the battery, and with the right belt on it, it's actually somewhat adjustable. It does need a shorter belt, but the other alternator didn't have but that much adjustment. You had to actually force the belt on the pulley. This one here, I can get it up pretty close to right here, and it'll adjust. I just need a little shorter belt, and it's got a new fan on it. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, the regulator. Well, over here, this is the regulator that I got for it, and the original one was actually, it had a one of these terminals in here was actually burned in half. And also, show these to you. These are the connectors that were right here, and you can see that they're kind of a crappy, you know, they've just been through the weather quite a bit. One of them was somewhat melted. That may have been one of them there, but anyway, I was getting bad connections, so I bought a couple of these kits with these little connectors in here, and they seems to have been pretty nice. And I just used big wires for big connectors for these singles here instead of pushing, you know, one of the things was one of these connectors was actually, I can't remember which one, it may have been that one there, it was getting hot and had melted. So I put these in here, and I think that's going to work a lot better. And you know, I don't know if I showed you where I painted it, but I put the tires on it last year as well. You probably saw some of the video of the tires. And then I used my tire machine on these bigger tires here. And you can see they're dusty and dirty, so they've been outside for a while. And let's see, what else did we do? Yeah, so it's a Kubota 1200, V1200. Non-turbo, and it starts, it runs. It's a little hard to start. What you have to do with this particular model, I got an ignition switch. It had the ignition switch it was in, it was kind of funky and broken, but this one, you turn it this way and it turns you can see it's got the injector pump button down there, or the solenoid. But if you turn it the other direction, that's on, that's off. If you turn it this direction, it actually turns on the glow plugs right there, and it heats them up. So you need to leave the ignition. You can see it's like that, and then you turn it this way, and then it's got a start position right there. So that got that from Amazon, and it looks like it's going to fit real nice in there, and then that closes up so it keeps some of the elements out. And let's see, I've got to put the ignition or the throttle back on, but I think what I might do is I might take that throttle cable off and clean this up real good, and then put some vinyl tubing on it, and then I can put like a 10 weight oil in there and keep that lubricated real good. I used to do that with all my choke cables, because have you ever pulled in a vehicle and pulled a choke cable and it was really hard to pull out? Well, if you put vinyl tubing around there and then put some 10 weight oil or 20 weight oil in there, it'll stop that from doing that. And let's see, I got a few more things I've got to touch up some paint on. I've got to do some adjusting on this switch, because that what they do is they pull, this goes in here, locks that into place, and then this locks down and then it'll start. And then when this is back this way, then you can use the forward and reverse controls, but this helps to center it. And and the fuel tank. I had taken the fuel tank off to clean it out and fix it. It actually had a problem here. It had a little bit of a pinhole, so I had to take it apart. And then the wind had been blowing really bad out here and knocked it off of the table here and bent it, so I've got to touch that up. But anyway, that's all the update I'm going to do for right now, but I'll keep you posted as I do a little bit more and get a little bit more progress. This right here is an oil cooler that fits in there behind the radiator, which the radiator you saw me do a little repair on the bolt head, so I've got to put that in. Anyway, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next time.